as you can see, I'm a little different, all right? I'm gonna expose you to concepts that you don't learn behind a desk in the classroom. Tonight I'm gonna talk about the power of young people. And I know, because I've seen it firsthand, I was a troubled, misguided teenager, 17, 18 years old before I came here. I was hanging with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, which eventually left me with a horrible GPA, and then I was almost getting caught up in all this bull crap, right? I was going down the wrong path. And my mom, I remember just the look at her eyes. You know, she was pissed off. She was hurt because simultaneously my father was serving a prison sentence. He was. And I hadn't seen him since I was born in middle school. My mom, she did something magical to that belly. She grabbed me by the shoulders. She's a strong woman. She grabbed me by the shoulders and she said, hey, you got two options. Either you're gonna go into the military or you're gonna go to college. But you gotta get the hell out of my house. That's what she told me. And what I did, I started applying for schools. I did, my back was against the wall. I applied for 10 different schools. How many did they accept me? Fort Valley State University. They did. Oh, check this out, on a conditional basis, right? They told me, they said, hey, we'll allow you to come as long as you take remedial reading and remedial writing for an entire year. And if you don't, we're gonna send you above back to Augusta, Georgia. That's essentially what they said. So I told my girl, who's my wife now, I said, we're going to the valley. Let's settle up. And I accepted, and I came down here, and I tell you, the next semester, I joined this ROTC program, and that was the best decision I've ever made in my life. The best, hands down. I'm telling you, I am a product of God's grace and effective mentorship. Ain't no doubt about it. I stand on the shoulders of giants. All right? For those that came before me, Fort Valley, Albany State, from this program. I hope you guys know that we have generals that have come from this program. And do you know the amount of chills I had run through my body as I was in buildings? And I see Major General retired Jerome Johnson, right? Seeing him as a commanding general and knowing that he walked in the same steps that I walk in. You know, in the Gano building, same building I learned from, all right? He did a lot of good things, no doubt about it. And then the people that came with me, and then the people that's coming after. There's so many giants. And speaking of giants, I'll be remiss if I didn't acknowledge some of the giants that we have in the building, right? We got a few senior leaders and a few VIP guests. So I know the president of Fort Valley State, he's not in the building right now. Can y'all hear me okay? It's cool? Okay. All right, so but I do want to acknowledge him because he's done a lot for Fort Valley State University. But that's Dr. Paul Jones and his wife Sylvia. We also have our current professor of military science, Lieutenant Colonel Kaufman. We have Lieutenant Colonel Stevens right next to him. Dr. Beth Day Harrison, right? Absolutely, there you go. And then her spouse, Mr. Greg Harrison. There we go. Dr. Williams, Financial Aid Director. And here we go, yep. And Command Sergeant Major Ernest Williams. Thank you for being here, Sergeant. All right, we have Major Michael Phillips. There we go. And his spouse, Ms. Jordan Phillips. Thank you for being here as well. Master Sergeant Charles Campbell. Give it up for Master Sergeant. Come on now. Thank you for being here. All right. That's it.
Let's be professional.
Here we have Ms. Michelle Martin as well. Thank you so much for being here. Dr. Timothy Hatchett. There you go, sir. Dr. Fonda. Hope I pronounced that okay. If I did, just charge it to my head. Thank you so much. And we have Cadet. What? Cadet David, Lieutenant Colonel David Bethel, and his beautiful, beautiful mother, Miss Cheryl Bethel. Gotcha. We have a Wildcat legend in the building as well, star athlete, Mr. Tony Hall back there. Go ahead and say it up. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And we also have my son, Anthony Williams III, Trey. I appreciate you so much for being here. Let's give all the senior leaders, all the VIP guests, a round of applause, please. All right. So the purpose of me being here, right, is I need to eliminate some of the negative thoughts and feelings that you may have about becoming an Army officer. Understand that it's peaks and valleys, right, ups and downs throughout this whole process. And I have created something I think everybody may have a little sheet on their paper, on their table. And it's essentially, I have something I created, it's called the 5 rules of achievement. All right, that's going from character to execution. Rule 1, how you respond to adversity determines your character. Rule 2 is a quote I took from Albert Einstein, it's imagination is a preview of what's to come. And that's geared towards vision. Rule 3, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Understand that? And I got a story to go for it when I get here. All right? Rule 4, your network is your net worth. I learned that right here at Fort Valley. We had a guest speaker, he said that. This is stuff. And then rule 5, innovation is rewarded, but execution is worthless. All right? We're going to talk about results. All right? So, first and foremost, I want everybody to know this, all right? People in the military, they come from all over, right? All over the world. And they come from big cities or they come from small towns. One thing I've noticed is that everybody, no matter your background or where you come from, everybody identifies with struggle. No doubt. Whether it's mental, physical, financial, it doesn't matter. Everybody, struggle is universal, no matter where you come from. All right? It's more things that bring us together than what separates us, right? Than what tears us apart. But I want to be the first to tell you that racism, it doesn't exist in the military, all right? And there's ways to handle it, all right? So one thing happened to me as a lieutenant. This is back when about 3 months into being in my company. All right? I get to Fort Campbell, 101st Kentucky, and we have something called a hail and farewell. And it said the nicest restaurant in Clarksville. Beautiful. And I'm doing the right thing. I'm there early. I got on my polo and my khakis and everything. I'm looking clean. An hour into it, and the rest of my company still hadn't showed up as far as the lieutenants. Let me paint the pictures of the demographics in this particular company. All right, my company commander is a white male. We have 3 white male lieutenants. You have myself, and you have African American female. So we have 5 second lieutenants in one company. It was dog. It was very competitive. So a whole hour has gone by. I got people coming up to me like, "Hey, what's going on? Where's everybody at?" I don't know. And then they walk in, right? The company commander and the 3 white lieutenants. They come into the building, they're filthy. They're dirty, they've been playing golf all day. I didn't get an invitation. They've been playing golf. Right? The African American female, she didn't show up. That's another lesson in itself. If there's something going on, you show up, right? Especially at the battalion level. So I saw my company commander. I said, "Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, what's going on?" And he kept moving. I couldn't sleep. I was like, "Man, I've been trying to do everything. I don't know what's going on. I didn't get an invitation." So that next day, I went to his office with military attack always in mind, right? I went to his office and knocked on the door. I said, "Hey, sir, can I talk to you for a second?" "Yeah, sure, Anthony, come on in." He came in. I said, "Sir, just permission to speak, transparent, open." He said, "Yeah, sure, Anthony, take a seat." I shut the door. I said this, "Sir, how do I become one of the boys?" He took it. He went back and said, "Anthony, what do you mean? Huh? What are you talking about?" I said, "Sir, yesterday we had the hail and farewell, and I didn't get an invitation. I'm trying to see what's going on. What did I do wrong?" He said, "Come on, I thought you wouldn't be interested." "Sir, I'm from Augusta, Georgia." The home of the Masters, right? He said, yeah, that's right. And I tell you, we had a very professional dialogue the entire time. And we had to unpack some things in that room. And I think that really sparked the rest of my career. I came to him professional, we had that conversation, and after, about 4 months later, it was a huge mission that came up, and he had to pick 2 lieutenants. And I was picked to go there with him. If I probably wouldn't have said anything to him, in a one-on-one type scenario, I probably would have got picked. And from that moment, it's been opportunities, and we're really good friends now. He wrote a book, he's been trying to go to every bookstore and get him to buy it. He's been helping me out. But I want to make sure that I tell you guys, it's going to be there. It's just going to be a certain way that you have to address it. All right? You have to. Another thing I want you guys to know, all right, because coming from Fort Valley, we have, or Albany State as well, this program, I want you guys to know that people don't want perfect leaders. They don't. They want authentic leaders. They want you to be yourself. It was a time when I commissioned, thought I had to switch it up. I thought I had to be different, talking different and all that stuff, right? And I remember having my wife with me, and it was another event, and I was switching up. Hey, what's going on? How's it? Everybody good? Everybody doing okay? We good? You know, I'm talking to everybody like that. And then I came home, and my wife said, why you was talking like that? I said, what you doing? I don't know what you mean. No, that's not you. Be yourself. And I tell you, snap out of the trance. Right? From that moment, again, just being myself. Being myself, and it's helping. Right? I ain't got to switch up nothing. Obviously, you know, it's a way to articulate yourself, you express your feelings and your thoughts, but don't switch up your voice and all that stuff. No, just please understand you can be yourself and understand that you have a lot to offer. And you can learn something from somebody just like they're going to learn a lot from you guys. Trust me, when you get there. The next thing, I think y'all done that now as well, right? Y'all done that? Do they ever tell you not to touch the wildlife? They tell you that, right? Okay. Good. Next thing I have, don't touch that endangered species, right? Y'all man, what is he talking about? Right, so there's rules in place for a reason. You as a lieutenant, they're gonna be your age now. What they don't tell you is that when you commission, it's kind of like getting drafted to the NBA and NFL. I'm serious, they're gonna come after you, all right? Cadet Bethel, I'm telling you, they're gonna come after you. They coming for you. Cadet Shaw, they coming, all right? I'm telling you. And those specialists, they're going to be the main ones because you're going to be around the same age. I had a friend that thought he could test the water, sir. He thought he could do it. And he ended up, this is family, right? We can talk transparent. He thought he could smash one of the E4s and get away with it and be cool, right? But the next day, after he did it, she shared it with all her other E4 friends and all that stuff, all the screenshots. And I remember one of the other specialists, they came to him and they said, hey man, if you don't cash out me $1,000 every month, I'm going to the battalion commander and tell him every day, just so you know that. What do you think he did? I'll be honest, I don't know. I had to fade there. I had to get it out of there, man. It was too much. It was too much. So I haven't seen him, but I pray to God that I hope he's doing good. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But understand, character is huge, all right? Y'all make sure you put it in the forefront. And it starts right here in this program. Don't wait till you commission to start implementing character. That starts right now, all right? The next point is, again, a quote from Albert Einstein. You know, it's geared towards vision, right? Vision. Imagination is the preview of what's to come. It's a secret to manifestation. We got to start thinking some things out. We got to start looking at places. If you don't see yourself commissioning or walking across the stage right now, then you're already behind. All right? We got to start seeing it. You got to start seeing it. And there's products out there to help you out with it. All right? You can Google DACAM 600-3. That's an Office of Professional Development. It's a timeline that shows you your key development position for whatever branch you go into. Whatever, you want to go logistics, you want to go infantry, it doesn't matter. It'll show you the jobs that you need to have. And what you need to do is you need to create something called a 5-year plan. And you lay that stuff out with different alternatives, just in case if that doesn't work, what is other options that I can have on that 5-year plan? Use those skills. It's a story. You guys familiar with the Bill Johnson and Tom Wilson story? All right, so it's, again, directed towards vision. So Bill Johnson and Tom Wilson, at the railroad station, Bill Johnson, he was a manager of a railroad section. He had his piece. Tom Wilson was the owner of the station. Tom Wilson was doing his rounds one day. He came through and he saw Bill. He said, "What's up, Bill? What's going on?" They dapped up, laughed for a second, and Tom went on his way. The people that worked under Bill in that section, they came up to him and they said, "Hey, how do you know Tom Wilson?" "Oh yeah, me and Tom, we go way back, man, way back. 20 years ago, we was right here getting it in." They said, "Oh, if y'all was getting it in 20 years ago, why is he there and you're here?" Bill, he was way more humble. You know, he handled the situation the way it was supposed to be. He could have went another way, right? Talking him like that. And he said, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I was focused on laying tracks, But Tom, he was trying to build a railroad. What happened 20 years prior is that Tom started to poke his head up and see what was going on around him. He said, man, I see what they're doing. He was observing, he was always looking, he was always anticipating. And that's what separated him. He started asking those questions. And he started to go much further along. And then he became president and owning a whole railroad station. So I tell you that because I want you guys to start laying things out. Start visioning. If you don't already see the Instagram post of you commissioning, I'm telling you, go ahead and start seeing that. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it right here. I'm gonna post this. I'm telling you, you have to go ahead and see it because it's gonna separate you from everybody else. It is. I got a few more points. All right, so the next one that we're gonna dive into is when you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. All right, I'm gonna tell you another story about that. So I took command of the 18th Airborne Corps Parachute River Company, right? Over 100 soldiers down in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I took command on October the 12th, 2018 at 10 a.m. 2 hours prior, I had to meet with the lawyers and everything, Jack, and they was like, hey, Captain Williams, we gotta show you what you get yourself into. I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. So I go link up with them, and they show me pictures and videos of soldiers beating their wives, killed their kids, molested their kids. They was running a drug ring out of the arms room. They was selling every type of drug out of the arms room. It was kind of like Coach Carter, right? Lean on me what I was going into. They tried to wake me up to the point where at 10 a.m. I'm up there giving my speech, and I'm shaking. I'm like, man, it's gonna be rough right here, man. I don't know about this, you know? I'm nervous. And then my battalion commander comes to me, and he says, hey, Captain, can I talk to you for a second? I go to him. I said, sir, what's going on? He says, just so you know, we got to brief the CG, right? So the CG is a 1-star. We got to brief the CG in 48 hours. All right, I know it's Monday. I need you to brief you on training, the equipment, everything that you guys have done in your company over the last year, and then what you got coming up for the next year. All right, it's going to gear towards veterans. I said, brother, sir, that's it. I got 48 hours. He said, yeah, you do. All right, he said, what we're going to do is, you're going to brief first. All right, because that's what he said. He said, that's why he said, you're going to brief first. Because if there's any blows, I need you to go ahead and take it. Because you're the new guy, right? It doesn't matter. You're just a new guy. I said, all right, sir, I got it. So I had 40 hours. I'm telling you, it was time to prepare. Because I'm not about to go in there and make a fool of myself. I'm coming from this program, right? And I got a family to depend on, right? So I asked questions, right? I got on my soldiers, and I was like, hey, what is this? What is that going on? First sergeant, hey, come here right quick. Hey, LT, yep. Hey, platoon sergeant, hey, platoon, yeah. We ran through that thing. All right, I was burning midnight oil. It was some Netflix shows I wanted to get to. Trust me, there was some stuff I really wanted to watch, but I couldn't get to it. Because guess what? I had a job to do. I had to take care of business. And I did it for 48 hours. When it came time, I'm at the table, everybody's around me. It's 6 other company commanders. And I had to the point I had learned so much in that time span and gone over my notes that I didn't really need them. And I had them to the side. And I'm looking at CG, that 1-star general in the face, and I was just briefing everything. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, going through it to the point where he said, all right, let's take a time out. All right, let's just do a little break. All right, everybody go to the bathroom, get some water. And the saying comes from when I was in the hallway, one of my fellow company commanders, African-American female, she said, hey, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's what I'm talking about. That's it. That's it. And I'm telling you, that stuck with me, and that's what I told my soldiers. Because you don't know when you're going to combat. You don't know. You need to start preparing. Right? Our battalion commander used to say, preparation is the separation between winning and losing. I remember that. It stuck with me. Every time I'm just getting in, I'm preparing, I'm getting ready for the next mission, whatever it's going to be. And that's not just geared towards the military, that's geared towards anything you got in life. You got to go ahead and start preparing now. Please do that. Please. All right, so it's been, I got a couple more things. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. All right, obviously we know time's the real true currency. All right, no matter what type of dollars and money that you have in your pocket, time, we got to make sure that we manage time appropriately at all times. And preparation, people gonna say, hey man, you're lucky, and you're just getting all these opportunities and everything. Oh, man. You don't see the grind that's going on. You don't see the time I got to spend away from my family. All right, my biggest flex in the Army is that nobody I've worked for, senior rater or rater, has ever received anything less than the most qualified. Because I'm going to make sure you take care of it. at all times. I'm gonna be the one passing the notes before the meetings. I'm the one getting with the company commander saying, guys, hey, make sure we brief on this. Right? We gotta make sure we get this. They beat us up on this last time. We gotta get things together. And as you take looking out, not always paying attention to what's necessarily right in front of you, you gotta look to the left and right as well. Fourth point, all right? Your network is your net worth. The Army is a contact sport. Ain't no doubt about it. It's about relationships. It's about you helping the person to your left and right at all times. You gotta make sure that you're in it for the team. It's not about you, cadet. It's not. It's about your team. What can I do to develop and get everybody else on the same page? How do you make those impressions, you know? You gotta make sure that every time that whoever sees you, that you always fit, always straight, you know? You bumping that music right now on campus, you gotta cut back on it. All right? You don't want to be riding through the barracks and stuff, and then you have other people looking at you, and you making the wrong impression. All right, making sure that you shave every day. All right, you gotta look tight. Haircuts, gotta be tight. It's about impressions, and that's just gonna open the door. One thing I learned here at Fort Valley is they're talking about train, discipline, fit. Train, discipline, fit at all times. Do you know your job? Do you know what's going on? Are you taking the notes that you need to? If you don't, it's okay. Go ask somebody. Make sure you learn. Because guess what? You're not always going to be number 1 or 2. I hate to tell you, you're not. It's going to be 1 or 2. You might be looking at it. You might be 3 or 4 or 5. But you got to humble yourself, as I did. And I remember going to the 1 and 2. These guys were way ahead of me. Hey man, how do you do this? This radio right here, this A7, like what is this? How do you put this thing together? And they would show me. If you're humble enough to go ask, they will tell you everything you need to know. You gotta make sure you stay plugged in on it, for sure. Train, discipline, fit. The next one, discipline. Again, we talked about we ain't touching wildlife. We know that it's not gonna happen. But we gotta make sure that we're always doing the right thing, no matter who is looking. Because it's going, I'm telling you, you represent this, the eyes are gonna be on at all times, but you gotta make sure that you are always doing what needs to be done at all times. And then when it comes down to fit, that's self-explanatory. We're not falling out of runs, okay? I don't care if it's happened before, it's done. It's over. We're not falling out of runs. If you gotta double knot your shoes, you do so. I'll tell you, woke up when I got the camera and I saw that we had a division run and they were saying if you fell out the run, they took you, Sergeant Major took the dog tags. You know what I'm saying, Sergeant Major? And then you went and you saw that battalion commander for a counseling station. You got whole majors up there and you fell out the run, you gotta go get your counseling station. That's how it was. And when it comes to appearance, you gotta make sure you look tight. I had one of my lieutenant buddies, I switched to went to another company in a squadron now. All right, so before I was in the BSB, now I'm in the squadron, I'm in 132 CAD, at County. Raspberry, he was overweight. His belly used to come over, I ain't making fun of him, his belly used to come over a little bit. And it's in PTs too. And I ain't making fun of him, that's my boy. But I remember we was out there, and battalion commander, squadron commander, and Sergeant Major, they walking by. I don't know where Sergeant Major had this tape from, right? But battalion commander stopped and said, Sergeant Major, take it. Sergeant Major came over, I told him, it's a formation, battalion, formation. He went, there's a different breed. He went over there, went around the waist, went around his head, said, sir, you must take it. He said, Raspberry, get your things, get out of here. I'll see you later. Okay. I ain't seen Raspberry either. I don't know what's going on together. So I can tell you, it may get like that depending on where you go. Train, discipline, fit. Don't forget that. That's got to be in the forefront. That's very important. My fifth point. Innovation is rewarded, but execution is worshipped. We love creativity in the Army. We love it. Bring some new ideas, yeah. But my question is, will you get the job done if I give you this task? If I give you this, will you take care of your soldiers? Will you take care of your first round? Will you get the job done? That's what we need to know. It's time to execute when you get there. And it always starts with effort. I said, you just gotta give effort, man. That's free. You gotta get those freebies when you can. My mom, she told me that she was proud of me. In September, this is the first time I heard it. Real talk. So coming, with a single parent household, a lot of times, she thought she had to play both roles. She thought she had to be the father and the mother at the same time, you know. And we kind of missed out on some affection growing up. And I remember my grandmother, she had her 90th birthday party in September. When she wanted a tea party, well, she didn't know, it was a surprise. But we knew that she liked to do tea parties when she was growing up. So that was the thing. We came, we set it up. It was very nice. I was the MC. It was cool. We had a great time. We gave a speech. And my mom, she shot me a text a week later. She said, hey, can you send me your speech? And I sent it to her. And she calls me. Right? 5 seconds later, she calls me. After she reads it. And on the phone, I'm like, oh, you're kind of crying right now. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I ain't never seen you cry. And she's like very emotional. And she said it. She's like, I'm proud of you. And it meant a lot, but I couldn't figure out what to say. And I said, why are you proud of me? And she said, because you tried hard. It may sound really simple, but her saying that I tried hard, that was all I needed right there. That was it. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be people that's going to come from privilege. There's going to be people that just think they got it because of their connections. They may be coming from money. They may be faster than you. They may be smarter. But you got to beat them to the spot every time. Every time. And that comes with anticipation. You're not going to beat me to the spot. You're just not. I'm going to get there before you. Trust me. Trust me, because I'm out there looking. I'm anticipating. I'm thinking steps ahead. I'm not worried about what's going on right here and worried about what's on TV, what's on social media and all that stuff. No, I'm thinking about the next move. And I'm going to get to that spot before you every time, and all I'm doing is I'm giving effort. That's it. People gonna sit on their butts, man. They're not gonna do a whole lot. You're gonna see it when you come. But as long as you give an effort, you're gonna be years ahead of everybody. Trust me on that. Trust me. Make sure y'all show yourself some grace as well. Alright? Slip up, make a mistake, and then you go, damn, I could have did that there. You know, beat yourself up. No, you're gonna show yourself some grace, please. It's pressure. Ain't no doubt about it, man. We got families to feed. We got to take care of people. Show yourself grace at all times. So please do me that favor. And understand that you won't be recognized as well for everything that you do. Absolutely. You may give 110%. You may give all the effort. You may beat them to the spot. And you may not get a pat on the back. You may not get one of those attaboys. They might not say, hey, that was good. You killed it. They might not do that. But you got to keep going. Don't let that hold you back. Please don't let that hold you back. Y'all coming from this program. And understand that it's people that come from here and they're doing some amazing things. And I can't wait to see what y'all do. And you gotta understand that I'm always here, no doubt about it. I have a QR code that's on the bottom of this. And if you scan it with your phone, you can go to my website, scroll down, and you can just send me a message. And we stay connected like that. That's everybody here. I'll send you everything that I have, because that's what we have to do, right? Whether you're a ram or you're a wildcat, we gotta take care of each other because we family, all right? I appreciate you guys allowing me to speak, sir. Thank you so much. It was absolutely an honor. So thank you guys for listening. And that's my time. Thank y'all.